Y'all turn y'all speakers up. He rolled with that, and then them two. If I didn't hit him, how the f did those make noise? If I didn't hit him, if that was just air, how did that make noise? Y'all make it make sense to me. Y'all turn y'all speakers up. The work before this was good too. This was shot right hand. All right, listen. How the f? Come on, bro. I never said he was hurt. I never said he was hurt, gang. Never said he was hurt, chat. I never said he was hurt. But if you go on a knee after you get punched, it's a 10-8 round. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. What can you talk about?
All around the world, same song. This is the same old song. Ego, go ahead and rock this. Listen, you seen the clip at the beginning. Lamont Roach is at it again. The man still talking about Gervonta Davis, and it's getting crazy. So in this video, I'm going to break it down, give you guys my thoughts, let you know my likes and dislikes, if you will. So it should be a good video. Now, let me give you guys the setup. So Lamont Roach, he's I guess a streamer now. So he uses his channel and he streams. Whatever, no big deal. That's what he's into. He's streaming. But he, ever since the Tank fight, I believe he feels he's super lit. And PBC, Premier Boxing Champs, they finally uploaded the full fight from March 1st, 2025, Tank versus Lamont Roach. And Lamont Roach seen this and decided to make an event out of it and stream. No biggie. But it says, live reaction on Twitch. Even Tank fans are welcomed. I won't boot y'all off the island for the time being. Like, bro, you're doing a review for a fight that happened months ago because it got posted. It's like you're searching for anything to make content about, right? And then what makes it worse is you have Gary Russell Jr., who ended a long streak of inactivity, and Gary Russell actually called out Lamont Roach. He said, we could get it. I want to fight Lamont Roach. Blah, blah, blah. He can't beat me. You know, something to this effect, right? I love the fight. Two guys from the DMV area, respected veteran like Gary Russell Jr., who also looked in shape and looked very good in his fight. Different style with Lamont Roach. And you would think, since Lamont Roach, he has publicly done on his stream, he has said, I am not going to wait for Tank. I'm done waiting. Tank's taking too long. He got, stuff going on. Don't think I'm going to wait forever for the rematch. Cool. Don't wait forever for the rematch, like you said, and fight somebody else if you can't get the Tank fight going for whatever reason. This is what he put after Gary Russell called him out. He just did another video calling him out. So several attempts through the media, Gary Russell is trying to make a Lamont Roach fight. He says, LOL, everybody loves saying my name all of a sudden. Only Gary Russell I'm fighting is Gary Antoine Russell. Like, bro, who are you? You don't work for PBC. So they might have Gary Antoine Russell plans where he's fighting, Puello or something. Who knows? Or Matias or whoever. Who are you to say the only one you're fighting is them? As if you're like, this kid got main character syndrome, right? He said, what I look like coming off a robbery draw. A robbery draw. Wow. With the pound for pound talent to fighting a 38-year-old who just had his first fight in 3.5 years. The other little MFer can beat it. That's what people below you supposed to do. Call out the best. You know what's up. Wow. In the words of Damon Wayans, hated it. I hate this attitude from the young generation. It is purely pathetic, right? And I'm going to explain why. Shakur Stevenson does this. I've seen it from Devin Haney. I've seen it from a lot of these young cats, Gen Zers, right? Guys under 30. And here's what they do. You have a Devin Haney, and he'll be like, not more so recently, because he is fighting Brian Norman, which is a great quality fight. But in the past, I'm talking about, he'll say stuff like, nobody wants to fight me. They say everything but let's fight, right? That was his moniker for years. They say everything but let's fight. But then his career advanced. Ryan scraped him. He got mollywopped by Ryan on the banned substance, Ostarine or whatever. And then you became the hunted, right? More people were calling you out. Now, I get it. It's not your crowning moment, blah, blah, blah. That's the reality of it, right? And during these moments, Sandor Martin said he will fight you. Subriel Matias said he will fight you. Liam Paro said he will fight you. And you didn't fight none of them, right? So you went from they say everything but let's fight to why should I fight this guy? Why should I fight this guy? I'm not fighting this, or pricing yourself out or whatever. Shakur Stevenson, same thing. He says, oh, I'm the boogeyman. Oh, my skills are getting so good, blah, blah, blah. And then when certain people call him out, he'll bypass those people like, you got to do more to fight me. Why should I fight Abdullah Mason? You know what I mean? What has he done kind of attitude. Now you're getting it from Lamont Roach. The man had 15 seconds of fame from the Tank fight. Now he's calling it a robbery draw. Like, you're making your whole moment about a moment that didn't happen. You didn't win the fight. You're watching PBC. You're watching the replay of it, doing a live stream on Twitch, talking about the knee. And you're like, oh, I'm not saying I hurt him. I'm not saying, but if I punch air, then how come the punch made a sound? And I don't think I hurt him. I'm not saying I hurt him. Okay, so you're not saying you hurt him, but you're saying a punch landed, so it should have been a 10-8 round. How long are you going to hold on to this? This sounds like an Al Bundy story from 1975 at Polk High, where he's talking about scoring the game-winning field goal. What have you done for me lately? You're a shoe salesman now, Al Bundy, you know what I mean? And you still talking about Polk High. And now this is what we're getting. You're getting Lamont Roach, who is streaming, and he's still like, his claim to fame, I guess you could say, is I did better than people thought with Tank, and I got a, quote, robbery draw. In a close fight, fights that are close can't be concerned. They can't be considered robberies. I think Tank won the fight, so I don't think it was a robbery at all. As far as the potentially blown call from the referee, I mean, tough titty. That happens to a lot of fighters where in the heat of the moment, something wasn't called and the fight continued and you just got to live with the results. Like, for example, Mean Machine dropped Terrence Crawford, right? Should have been a 10-8 round. Who knows if Crawford got embarrassed or something, if the ref scored it right. What if Crawford got embarrassed and it took him out the moment and he started fighting different and then Mean Machine like stopped him or something? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's not what happened. The referee ruled it a slip and then the fight continued. Again, it's not the first mistake that has happened in boxing and it won't be the last, right? I've seen premature stoppages. I've seen blown calls. I really watched Abner Mares and Joseph Igbeko, and Abner Mares was throwing mad low blows and then the ref wasn't calling it, right? So that could have been a win for Igbeko. You know what I mean? It's boxing. Person's in charge. They're trying to do their job to the best of their duty. They're not going to make everything 100% squeaky clean. And sometimes people don't like the outcome. And I don't like the Tank situation particularly because it was such a weird situation, right? It was like a once in a blue moon type of occurrence. Tank had long hair. Lamont Roach said, I think Tank cut his hair from what he heard. So if you do rematch him and he did cut his hair, which Lamont Roach said on stream, he said he believes Tank cut his hair from what he heard. So then it's like, it's over. You know what I mean? He cut his hair. It was a once in a blue moon type of occurrence. And you try to fight it. You try to fight it and get a courtroom decision like you Matlock or something. And they weren't effing with you. The New York State Commission said, we leaving it just what it was, a draw. And you're still talking about it. You're still watching it and trying to plead your case. It is over, my guy. That's like somebody getting life sentence and they don't have an appeal, but they're in their jail cell talking about trying to present their case. Like, it's over, my guy. You got sentenced already. You know what I mean? Like, you had a moment to prove to your peers, to the juror, that you were innocent. They wasn't effing with it. Lamont Roach, he tried to protest through the New York State Commission. They weren't feeling it. They didn't see fit to change it. You know, you could still, but instant replay, why didn't you use instant replay? I mean, if that's the case, let's just go in and change a whole bunch of stuff. Let's change Carl Froch, George Groves 1 outcome because I didn't like it. Let's change Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez fight because Pernell Whitaker should have won, right? We can do this all day. I've seen fights where a person like Mike Tyson, hi, it's me, Mike Tyson. Watch my fight with Peter McNeely. I'm from the Great Catskill Mountain, right? Mike Tyson, if you really know boxing, when he fought Buster Douglas in Tokyo, right? Buster Douglas got knocked out, right? And I know some people are like, no, what do you mean? That's not correct, Ego. That's because you don't know your boxing. Go watch the fight. There was a moment where Buster Douglas got knocked down and he received a long count, right? Then he mustered up enough strength. His mama died. So, you know, he was fighting in her honor and he showed resilience, came back, stopped Mike Tyson. Boom. The greatest upset in sports history, or at least one of them, right? It happens. But again, if you go watch it, Mike Tyson really should have had a knockout under a normal count. Same thing with Wilder and Tyson Fury. Coulda, shoulda, woulda though. Wilder had his opportunity. He couldn't keep Fury down. He couldn't get another knockdown. So the first fight was a draw, and then he lost the back two. It's what happened. You know what I mean? And Lamont Roach seems like he's just trying to live through these moments about what he perceives to happen. Just push for the rematch. And if you can't get it, you said you're not waiting, you should really be considering Gary Russell and other people. Why just sit around and wait and wilt? Like, again, main character syndrome. Like, for real, people weren't really checking for your fights before Tank. Tank, I'm not going to say Tank made you because he didn't, put the work in at the gym, but kind of, Tank made you somebody to even watch for. You doing good versus Tank, it's like if nobody knew me for basketball and then I play 95 Jordan and I give him a good game and it's a competitive game, then I just put myself on the map because that's 95 Michael Jordan with the tongue out, and I held my own or did better than people thought I could do for, being a name that they weren't familiar with in basketball. No more, no less. But it's like at some point you got to move on with your career. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.